Coming up right now on SUTV News, students may want to start pinching those pennies.
And Andrew Robinson shows us the smiles in the sky.
It's all right now.
Hello, and thanks for joining us on SUTV News. I'm Joe Rodriguez.
And I'm Lucy Davis.
A new plan to increase tuition would not only mean paying more, it would change the way students pay the bill. Tyler Baldwin has more.
Students may be reaching deeper into their pockets next fall if a new tuition pilot program proposed last week passes. The proposal would charge in-state undergraduate students by credit instead of a flat-rate tuition fee.
Part-time students pay $284 per credit. Under the proposal, during the first year of implementation, full-time students would pay a per-credit rate of $264.
The decision comes at a rough time for the state system. Shippensburg has had to cut an average of $4 million a year since 2003. The hope is that the plan will close the funding gap.
Without this alternative, we could see drastic cuts in personnel, greatly increased class sizes, and I'll call them abnormal cancellation of classes or programs. And I think we can all agree that no one wants to see those kinds of things.
If the plan goes through, financial aid will be adjusted to ensure students are covered. For SUTV News, I'm Tyler Baldwin.
The State System Board of Governors must approve the pilot program by April. Chris Ritter brings us a story on finance class where students manage big money.
The Investment Management Program class, or IMP, manages a portfolio worth more than $140,000. It's a course experience in the College of Business.
This class is run by the students. From start to finish, the students are the ones that decide what stocks they want to pick, for what reasons, and whether they want to get rid of them, and pretty much any choice.
Spencer Haynes believes it will give him a leg up in the job search.
And taking this class gives you the competitive edge over other finance majors. If you're in an interview, having an investment management program on your resume gives you that competitive advantage because you have worked with real dollar portfolio.
The experience is competitive among other colleges, too.
We'll compete against schools like Texas Tech, Texas A&M, Penn State, big schools like that also have programs like this. And recently, in the last few years, we've consistently placed in the top 5 out of hundreds of schools that have been competing. So we have a very good program here at Shippensburg.
A program the class's professor says is open to more than students in business.
We need more diversity in the class with a different background to make this class more active and more productive for their career and for their futures.
A future that could include companies like these. SUTV News, I'm Chris Ritter.
This business class is available to students in any major. Those who have taken the class say it's beneficial to their personal lives as well.
It's been a long journey from a 30-year-old walk-on to an inspirational speaker. But the road has formed Vince Papali into quite a leader. And as Holly Hare finds, quite a keynote speaker for SHIP's annual leadership conference.
What's happening? So I have one question right now. Is anybody here feeling invincible? Nobody? Anybody? Come on. Who's feeling invincible?
It's not every day a former NFL wide receiver visits Shippensburg.
It's a great night. I'm excited about it.
Vince Papali, a walk-on for the Eagles in 1976, was the keynote speaker. He told of his days on the field and making his mark as the oldest rookie to play in the NFL.
Mr. Papali was talking a lot about leadership, and that leadership is something that the team really needs right now.
What we'll talk about is what's going to bring you to the next level, whatever that level is. You're going to get there.
As a coach, you're always looking for better ways to improve your players, your program, whatever it may be. So anything I can get tonight, I'm going to take with me and see if we can implement it.
The Disney film Invincible, starring Mark Wahlberg, brings Papali's journey to life. Papali believes leaders define their own invincibility.
The great thing about the movie, it's given me a platform to talk about a lot of stuff. One is that dream come true, you know, hold fast to your dreams.
Papali shared his journey overcoming obstacles like cancer, obstacles he didn't let get in his way.
Just hold fast to your dreams, because when your dreams die, you don't have anything to live for. So keep the dream alive.
And keeping the dream alive is exactly what Papali continues to do. Those who went to see Papali's talk walked away with a copy of the movie and got to meet him. He signed autographs with a note reminding everyone that they too are invincible.
Well, Holly, it sounds like you had a really great experience there. What was probably your favorite part about that?
I was most excited about just meeting him because I never even had the chance to meet an NFL football player before, face-to-face, former or now. So it was a great opportunity for me to just sit down with him and learn about his life. I walked away with a DVD. He signed it. It was awesome.
I'm a little jealous there. A little jealous. But it sounds like you had fun.
It was awesome.
Well, good. Well, still to come on SUTV News. In weather, find out just how white your Valentine's Day promises to be.
And to recap the unexpected jump at the Grammys last Sunday. Don't go away. From another victim of ISIS violence to an outstanding discovery by the Hubble telescope, here is Andrew Robinson with your World News.
The White House and the family of ISIS hostage Kayla Mueller confirmed Tuesday that she is dead. ISIS is claiming Mueller was killed in an airstrike last week. Photos released online show a collapsed building where ISIS claimed she was held. It's unclear how she died and whether it was a result of the airstrike. Mueller's aunt, Lori Lyon, said in a press conference that she left the world with a legacy.
Kayla has touched the heart of the world. The world grieves with us. The world mourns with us.
President Obama asked Congress to formally authorize the use of military force against ISIS. If approved, it would provide a 6-month U.S. military effort against the militant group. Back here in the U.S., the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill came together in a candlelight vigil Wednesday night for 3 Muslim students who were shot. Several thousand people were in attendance. Police say the shooting began due to a disagreement over parking. The family says it is a hate crime. Craig Stephen Hicks is charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder. A jury has been selected in the murder trial of Routh is accused of fatally shooting Navy SEAL Chris Kyle and Chad Littlefield in February 2013. Opening statements began Wednesday. Kyle authored the book American Sniper and is also the focus of a movie with the same name. Routh is a former Marine who served in the Iraq War. His attorney says Routh's service in Iraq left him with post-traumatic stress disorder and that he is innocent by reason of insanity. Prosecutors are seeking a life sentence. And finally tonight, take a look at this. The universe was caught smiling down upon us. The Hubble telescope captured these images of a galaxy cluster that look like a smiling face. These eyes are 2 distant galaxies caused by a strong gravitational lensing. This effect is achieved when the gravitational pull between the galaxies is so strong, it distorts space, causing bending light to create the effect. Follow me on Twitter at Robinson Reports for the latest headlines. That's all of your world news this week. Back to you, smiling galaxies at the desk.
Oh, well, thank you, Andrew. Well, Joe, I don't know about you, but this weather, I mean, it was cold, then it warmed up. I thought maybe I could break out in my spring, summer clothes, but then it went right back to cold again.
I was hoping it would get warm, but thankfully, Jake Gillespie has some news on the weather. So, Jake?
Staying warm was a challenge today, and it won't get any easier tonight. There will be a wind chill advisory with temps dipping to 15 to 20 degrees below zero. At these temperatures, frostbite can occur, so try to stay inside. Friday is going to be 19 and sunny with a bit of wind, so make sure you dress warm. The weekend looks a bit better, though. Saturday has a chance of snow, but will be a bit warmer with a high of 36. Sunday will be another blustery day with a high of 10 degrees and a low of -1. To kick off the work week, Monday will be partly cloudy with a high of 22 and a low of 13. Tuesday looks to have more snow in store with a high of 32. That's your forecast for the week. Let's send it over to Alexis for this week's entertainment.
Thank you, Jake. The Legend of Zelda is one of the most popular video game series of all time, and Netflix is in the process of bringing the fantastic world of Hyrule to our TV screens. But even more surprising, the show is going to be live action. Ever since the 1993 critical and financial failure of the Super Mario Bros. Movie, Nintendo has shied away from sending their video game characters to the big screen in live action adaptations. But if this live-action Zelda series does go past the planning stages, Netflix will write the show to be like Game of Thrones for a family-friendly audience. The Vagina Monologues takes to the Shippensburg stage once again. The award-winning play focuses on monologues about women's issues. Every year, the Women's Center sponsors the play to raise awareness about sexual violence against women. The Vagina Monologues will begin showing next week in the Memorial Auditorium. The classic rock band Foreigner heads the ship on Saturday night. This legendary act has been around since the 70s and has been praised as one of the most popular rock acts of all time. 10 multi-platinum albums and 16 top 30 hits later, and Foreigner is still going strong. Their world tour in support of their latest release, The Best of Foreigner, For More, took them to New Zealand and is now selling out shows in the States. Foreigner is bringing down the house at 8 p.m. in the Lourdes Performing Arts Center this Saturday. The big names in music packed the 57th Grammy Awards on Sunday. Emerging artists stole the show, and Kanye West made a show of his own. Upstaging Beck looked like a joke as people clapped and laughed, but Kanye was very serious.
And Beck needs to respect artistry, and he should have given his award to Beyonce.
Sam Smith took home 3 major awards, including Best New Artist, Song of the Year, and Record of the Year. Beck took the award for the Album of the Year. For a full list of winners, go to Grammy.com. Well, it looks like that is all we have for entertainment today. Back to you guys at the desk.
From Pink Hearts to playoffs, Luis DeSanto has your plans for Valentine's Day.
And find out why Chicago's Little League team lost their title as world champs. Sports is next. Luis DeSanto is here to tell us who is leading the PSAC pack.
And who's the best newbie in the hoops this week.
Alex Rideout was named the PSAC Men's Indoor Field Athlete of the Week. Rideout leads the PSAC shot put rankings by 6 inches and is seated 13th in the NCAA Division II rankings. He produced a personal best of over 55 feet at East Stroudsburg's Desh River Invitational. Cameron Throckmorton was named the PSAC Wrestler of the Week for the 2nd week in a row. Going 4-0 last week, Throckmorton improved to 16-1 and 9-0 at 149 pounds. He has 9 match-winning streak and has been taken down only once during his current streak. Justin MacArthur has earned his 4th PSAC Division Men's Basketball Freshman of the Week. In last week's win over East Stroudsburg, MacArthur played all 40 minutes and totaled 19 points, contributing 3 of Ship's 4 3-pointers. He is currently 19th in the PSAC in scoring, 9th among qualified 3-point shooters in percentage, and seeded 10th in free throw percentage. If you want to see the 4-time Freshman of the Week, be sure to check out the basketball games this Valentine's Day. Julia Wiegand has more.
PSAC playoff game at their Play for K versus Kutztown. Women's starts at 1 and men's at 3. Prepare for promotions, t-shirt tosses, a photo booth, and more. Show your support by wearing pink. The Boxing Club also hosts its annual home show at Henderson Gym. Doors open at 4:30 with the first fight starting at 5. Tickets in advance are $3 for bleachers and $5 for ringside. At the door, there's $6 for bleachers and $8 for ringside. This is Julia Wiegand, SUTV News.
SUTV Sports will have live coverage of the basketball game starting at 1 o'clock. Tune in. Last summer, the Taney Dragons of Philadelphia made a name for themselves in the Little League World Series. The Philadelphia team made it to the semifinals, but the title went to Chicago, who went on to win the series.
But we do know that we're champions, our parents know we're champions, and the team's parents know we're champions, and Chicago knows we're champions.
That's right. The title has been turned over to Las Vegas, but a Taney parent disagrees.
If they find that they broke the rules, I don't think that they should just hand the title to Las Vegas. I think that Las Vegas and the Taney Dragons should have to play another game, and I don't care if they play it in the snow or when. I think we're ready to play.
While the Las Vegas team is celebrating, the White House is saluting the hard work of the Chicago players.
Take away from the accomplishments of those young men who performed brilliantly on the baseball diamond on a pretty large stage. And their accomplishment is the product of years of commitment and practice and some skill. And they should be proud of what they've accomplished. And there's nothing that those adults.
The kids from Chicago lost the title because they used players outside of their jurisdiction. That's all for sports. Back to you guys at the desk.
That's it for SUTV News. I'm Joe Rodriguez.
And I'm Lucy Davis. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at SUTV News and like us on Facebook.
And for more information on tonight's stories and extra news, visit our website, sutvnews.com.
Thanks for joining. We'll see you next time.